guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing how I clean my white shoes and how I keep them white for as long as possible. So I have the Fila's right here that I have been meaning to clean for a while. So this one isn't super dirty right now. It's definitely not like amazing, but it's not the worst. It could be worse. But I like to clean my white shoes as often as possible. It makes it so much easier to get the stains out. The longer you leave it, the harder it is to get out. At least that is my experience. But I also wanted to clean underneath the shoes. So as you can see, they are quite dirty and very stained. So if your shoe is looking like this, I will show you how you can still get it to crisp white. I have cleaned the other shoes. So as you can see, there is quite a big difference between these two. I don't normally tend to clean the underneath that much, but I wanted to show you how it can be done. So let's just get straight into it. The first thing I do is I always take off the laces and I put them in a soak. I put them just in a little container and then I put some liquid laundry detergent in there as well. I let that soak for probably 20 minutes and then I take it out. I use a very soft nail brush and just gently scrub on it, and it gets very foamy and it gets a little bit easier to clean, and I focus on the stains. Don't go overboard, don't use something too harsh, and don't scrub too hard because you can kind of fray the laces. If you don't get the stains out, obviously rinse the laces and then check them, and then I also rinse the container. I put some fresh water in and then a little bit of bleach, and I put the laces back into the container and let them soak in the bleach. I let them soak for probably 20 minutes. Again, it really depends on how tough your stains are to get out, but as you can see, the laces still look really nice and it hasn't damaged them. Just be gentle when you do this. And while I let the laces soak, I start on the shoes and I get a little basket. Mine was a little bit too small. Get one that is a little bit larger so you can fit the entire shoe into it. And then I try to soak the sole because it's usually the most dirty one, and I let that soak in water and liquid laundry detergent. And then when I've let that soak for a bit, I go in with this same sort of very soft nail brush and scrub, and it comes off so much easier. Now I want to say that what you use to clean your shoes with really depends on the material of the shoe. So if you have leather shoes, I would really recommend that you use something that is... I've cleaned a lot of leather in my life, and if you use something that is too harsh, like laundry detergent on leather, it will dry up, it will crack, it will not be good. If you really don't want to purchase anything that is meant specifically for leather, use a very gentle soap, like a very gentle hand soap and a sponge. I've also used Castile soap, which works quite well, and definitely a sponge. Do not use like harsh brushes and things like that. For shoes that are mesh or synthetic or canvas, I really like using laundry detergent. So that is what I'm doing here. I go over, after I've done the sole, I also start using the brush on the rest of the shoe. I kind of eyeball the measurements. It doesn't have to be too specific. I also really like to use a toothbrush when I clean these shoes. So like getting into these tiny places and clean is so much easier if you use a toothbrush. And if you're not happy with how it comes out, just rinse it off and go again. I would really recommend that you try to be patient and just gentle and not too rough. And definitely please do not put your shoes in the washing machine. Typically, it really destroys the structure of the shoe. And when you go in with a brush or a toothbrush, you can just be a lot more precise and gentle, and you can just target the areas you really need to clean. And the shoe isn't like thrown around in a washing machine 1,000 times. I also cleaned the inside of these shoes. Normally I will take out sort of the insoles and clean them by themselves, but because these are glued down, I had to just use the same brush and also the toothbrush and just clean the inside. For cleaning the underneath, as you can see, they were obviously a lot more stained, so I actually put powdered laundry detergent on and a little bit of water, so it created a sort of paste, and then I just let that soak for a bit, and when I went in with the brush again after a while, it was much easier to get off. I also used a magic sponge, which is something that is really good for using on the sole, like here, also the front here. It works really well. I kind of destroyed the sponge trying to use it underneath. It just fell apart a little bit, but normally I don't spend that much time cleaning underneath the shoe. I just wanted to show you it's possible. If you still have a stain that you can't get out, you can try using a stain remover that is normally meant for fabric. But my favorite thing, I'll show you, where is it? Here is this white shoe polish, and I've tried lots of different ones. This one is just from Amazon. They tend to work the same really, and I love this thing. It is so good. And if you have a shoe that is yellowing and you can't get it white, use this one. If you have a stain and you can't get it out, use this one. It is very like a liquid shoe polish, but it has white pigment in it, so it does cover fairly well, and it makes the shoe so much brighter and whiter. It just looks really good. And my favorite thing about this is that if you have scuffs in a shoe, so if you look at this right here, but if you apply this over, it kind of makes it white again. It makes scuffs a lot less visible. It's not a cleaner though, it's very important. So if you put this on the shoe, the dirt will still be under there, so I prefer to always clean if I can and then use this. I've used this on lots of different shoe materials as well. I've used it on leather. It works so well on leather, faux leather, canvas. I've even used it on suede. Now, I wouldn't really like, I don't feel like it's made for suede because it gets a little bit stiff, but I did have some sneakers that had a lot of white suede on them, which, who came up with that genius idea, huh? I'll show you a picture. It's a few years ago. I was about to just throw them away because they were so dirty. But then I figured I'll try to clean them. I'll put some of this on and see if I can get another season of wear out of them. And I totally did. I always spray my shoes with a weather protectant. The purpose is that you have cleaned the shoe and then you spray on top of it and you create a layer of protection. It's very thin, but if you get dirt stuck onto the shoe after you have sprayed it, it will come off so much easier because it doesn't stick to the shoe the same way. It doesn't stain as easy because you have this layer in between. But you need to keep spraying. My older shoes, I probably spray them once a month if I use them a lot, but it really depends on how much you use them, obviously. But it really does make such a big difference in how easy it is to clean your shoes. I think that's all. Now I just have to go and clean my right shoe and my bathtub because it does get a little bit messy. Please let me know what your best tips are for keeping white shoes white and cleaning them, all of those hacks. Leave them in a comment down below and share them with the world, or at least, you know, me. That's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!